What up people, today we are going to be talking about the vegan and the carnivore nourishment plans. I find them both very interesting, both very fascinating. I've listened to some videos of other people's experiences with both nourishment plans. Now, I myself actually am, I wouldn't define myself as a vegan, but I do eat a vegan nourishment. I've been eating that 4 or 5 years, something like that anyways. And you know, it's been very, very beneficial for me. And what I find quite interesting is the videos that I've actually watched. It seems like most of the people that are shouting out about the carnivore nourishment plan are Caucasian, and these are just the videos that I've watched, okay? So there's no like biases or anything like that. I'm just like, yo, just try whatever works for you as a person. But I find it interesting that most of the videos that I've watched sort of promoting and representing the carnivore nourishment plan are Caucasian, and then some of the ones, if not most of the ones around vegan are ethnic. So I find that quite interesting. And I was actually thinking to myself, I wonder if, so in both of them, what they have in common is they talk about ancestry and what our ancestors used to eat and the lifestyle that they had and all of that kind of stuff like that. And what I was actually thinking upon, like, you know, learning more about the carnivore nourishment and the vegan nourishment, and obviously seeing the videos and, you know, Caucasian, ethnic, etc., is that obviously the origin points for each are gonna be the same. They're gonna be exactly the same, but the length, like the people that are closest to the origin points are going to be different, okay? So if you're upon your history and things like that, so everyone in the world sort of originated from Pangaea, like a combined Africa, okay? Obviously, as humans have evolved, they've moved to different places around the planet and evolved again and adapted to different sort of environments and lifestyles, okay? And so have their bodies, and so have their like sort of nourishment plans and things like that. So what I'm thinking at the moment, and I'm not saying this is facts, but what I'm kind of thinking and leaning towards at the moment is because like mostly Caucasian people in colder climates, what's going to be available all year round is meat, right? The vegetables and vegetation and all that kind of stuff, there's going to be limited availability for that in colder climates. So I'm actually starting to think that maybe for Caucasian people or people that have more of their ancestry in colder climates are going to have a good affinity with the carnivore nourishment because of how their ancestry actually adapted and evolved in that kind of climate. In colder climates, meat or animals would be year-round available, but vegetation not so much. Okay, so they've adapted to a higher meat content nourishment, whereas people in warmer and hotter climates would have had access to vegetation, fruits and all of that kind of stuff all year round more so, and it's much more easily accessible, expending energy going after animals, you know? I kind of hate to say the word like livestock and all that kind of stuff because it's not all that they were born on the planet for, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the kind of ethos that I'm thinking about right now, you know? So I'm kind of thinking that the ancestry and sort of how they evolved and their lifestyles and all that kind of stuff revolved very heavily around climate, and that is why certain nourishment plans work better maybe for some races that sort of, and it may not even be a race thing, it may be just more of, like I say, lineage thing. I think it's more of a lineage thing because again, if your ancestry is in colder climates, there's going to be a higher possibility that you're going to have lighter skin. It's just the way that it works with evolution. But those kind of climates, higher meat content made sense because vegetation is less, and then hotter, warmer climates, it's going to be likely that you're going to have more melanin in your skin, so you're going to be a darker complexion, and you're most likely going to have much more of affinity with vegetation, fruit and all that kind of stuff because it's much more easily accessible, and again, all year round. Yes, you would have access to animals all year round as well, but you would expend less energy by going for fruit and vegetation. It's just easily accessible, you know? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have evidence to the contrary? And what do you think of my thoughts on this? This is like just basically what I've sort of observed from watching, yeah, like a couple YouTube videos. I'd say about anywhere from 20 plus, sort of representing the carnivore nourishment plan, and then again probably higher on the vegan side as well. Now obviously there's crossover because not everyone's either from an extremely warm climate or an extremely cold climate. There's some in between, so I would imagine that there's some crossover. It's not just like either or, but I'm kind of thinking maybe some nourishment plans work best for different types of people depending on their lineage and where their ancestry spent the most sort of time and adapted to their environments and things like that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts anyways, guys. I thought that would be an interesting topic to talk about and throw on the channel. Want to talk about it with you guys more, definitely. So yeah, throw down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys? Cool. Guys, take it easy. Have an amazing day. And I just thought I'd drop that thought. Let me know what you think, guys. Okay, take it easy, guys. Have a great day.